Hello, Gold here, and today we're gonna hunt for aliens. There's a lot of myth and lore surrounding aliens in the Fallout world, and this has been going on since Fallout's first inception back in the late 90s with the original Fallout. We've seen aliens in the past versions of the Fallout franchise. Aliens, otherwise known as Zetans, are creatures that randomly appear in Appalachia and will be appearing later on this year in the winter season. Zetan aliens have pale green skin, they carry laser blasters, and wear white and orange spacesuits. There are 4 ranks of alien. You have your basic alien, the alien lieutenant, alien captain, and alien star admiral. Although they had appeared in the game's files since release, they were first implemented only as corpses, and this was introduced in the Steel Dawn update. And they will appear as live creatures in the upcoming Tales from the Stars update. Mark Tucker, a developer for Bethesda, quoted saying, "We've been talking about doing something fun with Zetans since before we launched the game. So we're excited to finally have the chance to do something with them. We're working on a new feature we call public challenges that will be similar to the seasonal events, but will be global to the world and encourage players to work together to succeed. We will showcase the Zetans in our first one and plan to add more in the future." And this is evident when we look at the roadmap on Bethesda's website and look at the winter season, in which it says Tales from the Stars. And it says the stars have aligned in the wasteland, marvel at the discovery of new legends, and the reappearance of an Appalachian myth. And the website goes on to state, in the winter season we will face off against all new dangers in an all new out of this world event, and the public challenge named Invaders from Beyond will unite everyone across the server to complete challenges, faced off against all new foes, and earn some stellar new rewards. So I think a lot of people are really looking forward to this, but we will have to wait until winter, which will be a big season because also in winter we'll be able to obtain 4-star legendary items at this point, and that's going to be pretty awesome. So let's get started. And our search begins here in the investigator's cabin. In the investigator's cabin, we just find a few hints here. It's nothing major. When we go to the terminal, we look at the investigative reports, and when we try to access these reports, we see access denied to just about all of them. Access denied, and mysterious signal, access denied. And we see something called the mysterious guide zones. And this is very important. It's something we're going to circle back around to a little bit. If we look back here at this note though, and we look at this note, and it talks about a student named Shelley O'Rourke who was making preparations for her thesis study. And he seems quite concerned about what she's investigating, and she's investigating cryptids. And if we think about the Flatwoods Monster, it falls into the category of what are being called cryptids in the game. So let's go to the Hunter Shack up here. We're going to go to the Hunter Shack, and we're going to see what we can find on her terminal. Now up here, we're just going to go inside the shack, and I'm going to read this terminal. And on this terminal, if we go down to cryptids, we'll see that the Flatwoods Monster, if we select it, is classified as an alien. That's the first thing it says under descriptive traits is alien, glowing eyes, may or may not have arms, but arms are strongly suggested. And it goes on to talk a little bit more about it. Investigated the possible site. Some strange burning was present among the trees, but no smell. It may have dissipated overnight. Talks also about a bright light above the mountain region. When we look at the other ones, these are just not, alien is not mentioned for any of the other ones, so it's only mentioned with the Flatwoods Monster. Knowing that, then we know that the Flatwoods Monster is quite possibly an alien. So we're going to leave here and we're going to go somewhere else. We're going to investigate another location, and it's right down here near the bottom of the map. And this location was briefly mentioned in the first cabin that we went into, and it's called the Mysterious Guide Stones. For those that haven't found this location before, it's not marked on your map anywhere, but you can find it by going to this part of the map and getting to the top of this peak that we see here. Now up here, you'll see a structure, as we can see right there, and these are the Mysterious Guide Stones. Now these have markings all over them. They have etchings into them, and these are not normal cracks or anything like that that we can see in the rock. These are clearly I don't want to say man-made, but possibly alien-made artifacts. And as we look at them, we can see that some of these actually go together. It's quite possibly one big map. And we'll see some examples right here that some people online have actually attempted to decipher this and put these together. And we'll see this overlay here over the actual map of this, over the actual map of the wasteland. So sort of left up in the air right now. We don't really know what these are, but I think we're going to find out come this winter season. We're really going to find out what they're about. But another thing is they bear a striking resemblance to the Georgia Guidestones. So if you're familiar with the Georgia Guidestones, these are identical to the Georgia Guidestones, at least in their construction and design. And you can see here from the pictures that these are very, very similar. So this design was actually taken from that existing artifact, if you want to call it that, that's in Elberton, Georgia. And it's pretty interesting, and you should check it out if you've never heard or read about the Georgia Guidestones. But this is definitely alien. The writing, the drawings, the markings on it are definitely alien. So we've got 3 clues now that are telling us that there are actual aliens here. So we're going to see if we can't find one very soon. And I searched this whole area. I searched all through the area surrounding here, the peaks above it, the cliff below it. And this is the only thing I found. Other than right beside the Guidestones, it looks like there's maybe something that could be considered an altar with rocks that are lined in a semicircle around it. So that's something else, you know, but I believe these are the most important aspect of this particular site. So knowing that aliens have put this up, let's go see if we can't locate one of their weapons. Next, we're going to go up here, up to the top portion of the map, to the farm up here, and we're going to head south. And heading south from here, sort of southwest, sort of southeast a little bit, we're going to make our way over here to what's called the Toxic Pond. Once we find the Toxic Pond, and here we are exactly. Once we find the Toxic Pond, inside of it, or in the middle of it I should say, is a broken safe. And in that broken safe is the alien blaster. And here is the blaster. So now that we have the alien blaster, seems like we need some ammunition for it. We're going to go over here to Black Mountain Ordnance Works. And we're going to go into TNT Dome 7. Now of course you have to have the key to actually access the dome here. But inside the dome we find some very interesting things. Inside here we're going to find some scrap, of course. You know me, I love the scrap stuff. But over here we're going to find a little note. Initial tests indicate these could very well be of alien origin, potentially our most significant find in a long time. The material inside is complex and highly destructive, so take extra care when handling the samples. Some alien blaster rounds, and a plan to craft a fusion magazine for the alien blaster. There's a little more scrap in here you may want to grab up depending on if you want to or not, but as we make our way around the room, over here we're going to see something reminiscent of Fallout 4. This looks like our cryo tubes in Fallout 4. So I tried to go to photo mode here and see if I could get some views inside of it and tried to get close up on it, and really couldn't get anything inside of it. All I could barely see is a reflection on the window, but I don't think the reflection is anything inside of it. I think the reflection is the room behind me. So can't really get in here and see what is in this thing. So it leaves you wondering what might be in there, if anything at all is in there. And if we look over here behind us, then we see some x-rays on the wall, and these don't really look too abnormal. I mean, these definitely could be alien, I suppose. But when we look at this corpse here, to me, this corpse still has meat on part of it. It looks like muscle tissue on one of its arms and one of its legs, but it doesn't look completely unhuman either. Some more alien blaster rounds. So now let's go to find us an alien. We can find some. If we go over here to the transmission station that we visited during the Brotherhood of Steel quest, Steel Dawn, then we can actually find 3 dead alien bodies in here. Now a lot of people have already seen these, that's true, but for those that haven't, all we have to do is go in to the research center here, and we make our way down to the bottom floor. And we make our way into this part of the facility where you see all the test tubes at, or the tubes with different things in them. Here's the Mothman, Scorched Mothman. He's not really much of a threat right this moment. So let's go ahead and get his stuff. All right. So I'm going to go through this door right over here. And over here, we can see a broken door. And we can open these shutters, but you can see this wall of darkness. Almost looks like smoke or fog back there. You can't see anything past it, but it was labeled Z05. So if we make our way upstairs to this terminal here, on this terminal, if we scroll through it, and as we scroll through it, we'll see that it talks about the different types of mutations they were experimenting with here. But the ones that's the most concerning are the last ones. And that's Z05. It says data redacted, destroy all subjects. So let's go back down to that Z05 little chamber and see what we can find inside of it. And here we are at the chamber. All right. Now, this chamber, obviously we can't get into it, so I'm going to use the old power armor glitch here. I'm not a big glitch user, but I'm going to use it this time just to see if I can get in this room. And for those who haven't tried it before, basically you put your power armor down somewhere where you physically could not enter it. And when you put it down there, as you can see, you just got to edge up a little bit more. All right, come on. There we go. Now put it down here, and that may be too far, but we'll see. And I'm just going to press X to enter. And after I press X to enter, then I'm just going to run towards this door. Try to get in this door as fast as I can, see what'll happen, and eventually you'll glitch through the door and you'll be inside your power armor. So I'm going to look around a little bit, and there we go. There's three alien corpses. They still are in their suits. I'm going to get out of my power armor here. And I'm going to see if I can get a better view on these aliens as I try to look at them. Look, there's a pretty good view right there we can see. And these are the 3 dead corpses. A lieutenant, and a lieutenant. 3 dead alien lieutenants here. So I used photo mode and tried to see if I could get a better angle on some of these, but nothing really that much better came out. That was a pretty good shot that we just saw. It was probably the clearest shot that we would get of those. So next, let's go see what we can get into. So after many hours of roaming the wasteland, searching the wasteland, I traveled up here one day, and randomly, wouldn't you know it, as I began exploring this general area, crossing over the hilltop here, and what do I see but the mythical Flatwoods Monster. So I got one of the aliens here, and I'm going to try and take him out. Let's swap over to the fixer. Come on. All right, where'd he go? There he is. Nope. He's down there somewhere. Down here somewhere. Gotta find him. Come on. There he is. He's right behind me. And you have to be careful. They can control mechanical devices and even other animals and Scorched and things like that. They can mind control them, and they can control any type of turrets you may have at your camp and stuff like that. So these are, can be a little difficult sometimes when they start doing that, but it's not really that bad, as you can see here. If I can just get him to sit still long enough. Let's see, I know you're coming back over here. Come on, where you at? There he is. I'm not, there we go. All I got is, there we go, come on. And I don't think he's going to go anywhere again. I think I got him now. So, come on, down. One more. This is not my best fixer I have. This is just a spare. All right. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of scrap on them, but if you look at them, though, we can see that this is very well similar to the aliens we saw. although it does look a little different in this particular uniform that it's got on. But that's the Flatwoods Monster. So it looks like we found us an alien after all. Well, make sure to throw a like and subscribe to the channel so we can put out a lot more of these videos. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. For now, Gold out.